Hi, this is Don at DG Recruit. As you continue to develop along your recruitment career, it's crucial that you master the basics of candidate control and fully take advantage of the candidate interview process on the front end to make sure that things don't fall through when you get to the middle to late stages of the process. What commonly happens when I talk to recruiters who are just starting out or even mid-stage in their career where they haven't reached yet a complete mastery level but are getting close, they're missing the trick when it comes to the initial vetting process. Actually, the initial vetting process is the easiest place to drive the candidate the hardest to set the tone of your engagement with that particular individual. So these are a few things to look out for in the vetting stage to make sure that you and your candidate are on the same page when it comes to working together and getting to a positive result, whether it's taking a job through you or not. The first thing to figure out is a general person's situation and status. Now, this is a very general topic, and there are many ways to do this. However, the essence of this piece is literally being in their shoes, truly understanding what are all the risk factors, what are all the considerations this individual needs to make so that they can find a role that will suit their lifestyle. That's the thing about jobs that a lot of recruiters get wrong, is that actually more important than the job, it has to fit the candidate's life situation. That's actually the more important aspect of the interview process that you really need to spend more time vetting out, because the job is going to be the job is going to be the job. That part isn't very interesting or exciting because it's just a job, right? It's just like, okay, instead of working at this company, you go work at that company, do the same thing. So it's never the job. Obviously, with the job, the difference is the pay. But other than those two things, the most important thing driving those two factors is the person's situation. Why would you go through the effort of switching jobs to make that extra $20,000? Obviously, there's something deeper going on here, whether it's personal drive, whether it's buying a house or getting married or moving cities or reducing cost of living, right? Those things are more important than everything else. So the first thing to figure out is status. Number two, how do you actually figure out their status? Well, you need to open a lot of questions that are phrased with who, what, when, where, why. Right? Who else would be relocating with you? Who else is in your household? Like, who else will be helping you make this decision? What are some other considerations you have to make during this process? Who are the other people that you have to take their advice and make sure that you're incorporating it so that it suits your lifestyle? What's your lifestyle like? Right? Right now with COVID raging, everybody is rethinking their lifestyle, their life goals. So you may talk to a candidate and on paper, everything is a complete match. But when you start digging deeper into the what and why questions, you'll see that there is a lot going on beneath the surface. While to your face, they may say, oh, all of this works for me, or all of this is completely suitable. The reality is that that's only half the story. So you have to keep digging 4 or 5 layers deep to get the true information. Number 3, when it comes to the actual salary demands, what is up in terms of internal promotion versus moving externally? You can't ever forget the fact that while it's great to get a salary increase, the biggest deal killer is the internal opportunity. Companies today are looking to save money, and they're not looking to replace candidates when they leave. What they're going to try to do, and what you should 100% always assume with your candidate, is that they will be counteroffered. And you should act as if this counteroffer is very much on the table. Your candidate may even tell you, hey, guess what? That will never happen. I also saw that never happen. But the reality is you can't use their assumption as your lifeline. You need to act as if that is a deal killer and pose that question out there. What would you do if your current firm upped your salary up to the offer level that my client may be giving you? Let's say the difference is $15,000. Put the counteroffer at $20,000. Just to test the candidate to see, what would you really sincerely do in that situation? Because if the answer is that, I'd be really torn, I may think about staying, then you shouldn't have the candidate interview anyways. Because the reality is $10,000, unless this person is in some severe financial difficulty, $10,000 isn't a life-changing amount of money. For peace of mind, for just general comfort level, candidates will take that $10,000, will sacrifice it for the comfort of working with people they feel comfortable with. So you always have to push them on counter offer and make sure that you're really testing them on that. If you're working with the active candidate, the other alternative similar to the counteroffer topic is to make sure you fully understand where they're interviewing at and how long is the process that they're interviewing at for. Because the market today, despite COVID being there, do not take that for granted. You should always act like if you did your job right, this candidate is the hottest piece of cake on the aisle, right? Everybody wants a crack at this piece of cake. So you just have to imagine that this person has 2 offers on the table or coming right up, right? So you have to really sit with the candidate. They may not even know this. They may not even think that this is possible. Similar to the counter offer topic, they may just say, that's not possible. I'm not going to get these offers. They're likely not going to come in. Again, you can't build your business off of someone else's incorrect assumptions. You have to act as if the worst case scenario is happening, which is your candidate is getting counter offered or your active candidate is getting lots of offers. So you have to really walk through the different scenarios and the different, like, put out the case studies, right? Like, what if you get offered by company number 1 and then company number 2 comes in, and know these companies, right? Really paint a picture. Don't let the candidate tell you, I'm not going to tell you these clients. I'm not going to tell you these companies. If you're engaging with that, and this is the last note, if you're engaging with a candidate who refuses to tell you things, who is being shady, who after an extended period of time past the initial vetting process, if they are then still not engaging with you, still not telling you what you need to know, still holding back on salary demands, still holding back on what other companies they're looking at, where they are at in that process, how they feel, withholding references. Any candidate that's doing that, you need to push it to them. Hey, look, I'm not going to work with you if this is how it's going to continue. Test them, because any candidate that you don't have control over, there's a very, very slim chance that you'll place them, other than some severe monopolistic forces happening, which again is a rarity. It's not the rule. So with these tips in mind, I hope you can integrate these strategies and thought processes into your practice so that you can minimize dropper activity and that you can maximize your utilization of your time so that you spend the time with the right people, the right candidates that are going to make you money and help you close deals.